electromagnetic wave. And what controls the heat on a planet is its atmosphere. And the atmosphere of Mercury is just the same as Earth. The atmosphere on Mercury changes the electromagnetic wave to create a temperature that's similar to Earth. So the people that are on Mercury, they don't melt. Lead doesn't melt on Mercury, and all that stuff that you're fed from NASA is not true. The same thing with Pluto, as being so cold that refrigerators would freeze. But the fact is, people live there. There are also moons that are hidden, and there's also 2 or 3 planets in our solar system that are hidden with gigantic mirrors. Now, I don't know why they're hidden, but they are there. Those planets are there, and they're hidden with gigantic mirrors.
Are you talking about Nibiru?
About what?
Nibiru.
Oh, no. Nibiru and Planet X, all that stuff is, in my opinion, is BS. It's not going to cause any problem in 2012. 2012 will go by just like 2010 did. There's not going to be any great catastrophe or anything that would harm anybody on Earth.
Okay, well, we've got information that there are that the powers that be are building bases on Mars at this time, and that they're planning on going off planet in the future, and in the case of catastrophes and so on. You've not heard anything to that effect?
Yeah, I hear it. I don't believe it.
Okay.
Earth is a nursery. We're kept here by the Van Allen belt, which extends from 500 miles to 25,000 miles, and we aren't going anywhere without help from E.T. And why they would let us go to Mars, I don't understand. Now, it may be, but my vote is that nobody, our military, our secret space program is not on Mars. That's just an opinion, but that's my opinion.
Okay. And what about the moon?
The moon, we don't have anything up there. Like I say, Earth is a nursery, and the nursery is to mature our souls. And we stay here and we reincarnate until our souls have learned to live with integrity and without envy, hate, or greed. And once we have achieved that, it may take 100 reincarnations, it may take 200, it may take 500. But once we achieve it, then we get to go out and play with the adults. We go on to we get to go on the other planets. We get to go to Saturn. We get to go and do all kinds of things. But until we learn to live with integrity and without envy, hate, or greed, we aren't going anywhere. We're just going to be sent back here to try it all over again. Now, when you die, you're given a brief glimpse of your life, all the bad things that you did, all the good things you did, all the little secret nasty things you did are shown to you. There is absolutely nothing that's a secret. It's all shown to you. There is no judgment. You're just shown this, and then you're put back in on Earth, reincarnated into a baby that's about 3 days old. And usually they wait 3 days so that they're sure that the baby is going to make it. And your soul is put in that baby, and you start all over again. You have no memory of it, except in very, very unusual cases. And you remember that one about the kid that remembered being a fighter pilot and being shot down over Iwo Jima. And there was a woman in England that could remember everything back from the 1700s. There's very occasional places or people like that do remember, but you're not supposed to remember.
Okay, well, you may remember that we interviewed Bariska, who was basically remembering as a child his prior life on Mars.
Yeah, could be, yeah, possibly.
Yeah, okay. Now, where are you getting that information from?
A lot of my information comes from Lou Baldwin, who was known as Sleeper on ATS. He has 2 threads on there, which I suggest everybody read from beginning to end. One is called Extraterrestrials Are Real as the Nose on Your Face, and the other is called I'm Coming Clean on Extraterrestrials. He does have a website, and he's written 3 books. 2 of them I would highly recommend. One is called In League with UFOs, and why that's so interesting is it tells exactly what they did with the ship at Roswell, and how the scientists, where they put the ship, and how they tried to unlock the mysteries of the things that were inside. And one of the interesting things is there was little boxes and little things that did all kinds of things. If they took it out of the ship, no matter where they took it, 72 hours later, it would disappear and reappear back in the ship. They even took one of the pieces, encased it in cement, and buried it in the ocean, and 72 hours later it appeared back in the ship. Now, whether it's the object itself that's appearing back in the ship or a replicated piece of the thing they took that's back in the ship, I don't know. That's one of the things they found out.
Well, that's very, very interesting. Yeah, I think that I've heard something similar to that, had to do with, the files that, they say don't exist that actually do, that were down in Florida, to do with, one of the spy master who died, and with all of his secrets. I forget his name offhand. But anyway, it'll come to me. So
the other book, the name of the other book is A Day with an Extraterrestrial, and it's about it's a fictional book based on fact, and it's based on Lou Baldwin's trips throughout the universe. And he was born in Italy. He was raised in a U.S. Army family, and from the time he was a little kid, whoever they are, would pick him up. He thinks it was the Greys, but he's not sure. And it would take him all over the universe and teach him all kinds of stuff, show him all kinds of stuff. And this has happened all his life. And he started he started writing on ATS, and for some reason, I got in late on that thread. And I started reading it, and at about the 19th page, I instinctively knew this is real. This guy is real. He is telling the truth. This is really it. So I contacted him, and of course we've been friends ever since. And I post occasionally on his website.
yes, I remember very much that you were an advocate of Sleeper, and I'm sure that a lot of his information is quite accurate. To get back to the moon and to what's also going on here on the planet, have you, because obviously you've had some revisions in terms of what you feel, like you said, is the gravity on the moon. But what else has changed about your view since we've last talked in terms of, the relationship? Because the government has relationships with and deals with various ET races, right?
Right.
So have you had any more information come to you in that score? No. As to what the relationships are like now, things that might have changed?
No, it's interesting. Sleeper, one of the things he won't talk about is anything about the moon. And he says that Neil Armstrong landed on the moon. That's one of our disagreements. The other disagreement is the picture that Hoagland found of the 6 Mile High Tower, which became known as the John Lear soul machine. He said it's not a soul machine, but he doesn't say what it is. Now, the reason I thought it was a soul machine, now, just to back up just a little second, after you die, you go to a transfer station. Your soul goes to a transfer station, and this is where you're shown your life, all the good things, all